Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this round of 16, Game 3 of our Final Fantasy Randomizer Summer Co-op Tournament. We have our final round of 16 match today between Supersledge and Ordeals with it. The winner of this match will move on to face the monster team of Minochi85 and Thunderclawed. They are Thunderous Recap, so I'm sure they're watching with bated breath this evening. Sonny, my co-commentator this evening, what are you thinking you're going to see in this matchup tonight?
I think we're going to see a lot of evil since they nominated me to roll the seed because, let's be real, I tend to roll pretty evil seeds in this. So it very well may be a long game.
Well, they definitely saw some evil in Game 2 where Kraken 2 and Tia 2 ripped apart Supersledge as they tried to climb the Temple of Fiends Revisited, giving Ordeals with it the chance to pass them by after a grind and take out the Ultimate Fiend Chaos. So we're going to get our racers released here in just a couple of seconds, and we will get this race off and kicking for this evening. Let's see. Looks like Sledge has a thief up front, while Super Luigi has rolled a fighter as his front character, along with Split Punch. So let's take a look here and see what we are rocking with today. Our runners should be off and going right now.
And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like Neon has a black belt on their party. So we see Neon with fighter, red mage, black belt.
Oh, that can't be a black belt, but we do have, because black belt is, remember, Sonny, banned for our co-op tournament because the XP is boosted. But we do have wall, life, nuke, and temper all at level 1. So the level 1 magic is ridiculous tonight.
Indeed it is, and I will admit I completely forgot that black belt was banned. So it has to be a thief for Neon.
Yep. But man, the level 1 magic is just stacked in this flag seed for you.
It is absolutely glorious. Level 1 nuke, level 1 temper, just beautiful stuff right there.
But it is going to make the balancing of your magic usage very key when we get to the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Because if you overuse those nukes, you won't have any tempers for the fiends. This could get very interesting during the climb.
Indeed, we've already got Super Luigi going through Ordeals at Castle Canaria, and Sledge is heading towards Provoca right now.
Oh, and we find the trap tile in Ordeals is waters, and Super Luigi is right back out of there. Oh, and Sledge finds Provoca, so we have level 1 and 2 magic right off the bat.
And we have Split Punched in one of the Cardia treasuries at Matoya's Cave, and Neon has found the Chaos Shrine.
Yes, there we go. Wow. Temple of Fiends already. That's going to be helpful, because if we find Canaria Castle, that gives us an extra key item we'll be able to grab with the princess already saved. So that is very good to find.
Pirates have cremate, and Bones have damage poison.
Well, we do have the unsafe pirates on. We hadn't seen a whole lot of danger from the pirates so far, but with the towns not being shuffled for the round of 16 and the fact that those pirates are unsafe, that is definitely a dangerous fight.
Indeed, and Super Luigi finds two very, very nice items in Chaos Shrine. A Quake Staff and a Ribbon.
Yeah, Sledge having some trouble here with only that one nuke caster with his party composition. He's having trouble getting the turn order to avoid the cremates. This is a very difficult fight for him because of the way he's got his party composition. Oh, he's having a real rough time here.
Looks like Neon's going for their Quake Staff and Ribbon.
The early ribbon, always a helpful thing to find.
Super Luigi throwing out that Quake Staff like it's nothing.
Ow. Sledge just having a real rough time there with no levels and no good turn order for that Black Mage. So he is headed out to try and get a couple of levels so he can survive a cremate and try to get those pirates killed.
And Neon's going to throw out a nuke and the Quake Staff, but the nuke takes out Garland.
Neon taking a very risky party here with that thief. Most of the time you're going to see a white mage and black mage to cover all your magic options for safety. But Neon is taking a risk here and is going white-red. So if something like Fast rolls at level 6, 7, or 8, there is significant risk that Neon will not get access to it. This is definitely a gamble on their part.
Indeed. It looks like we have Super Luigi heading into Dwarf Cave, which reveals to be Castle Canaria. So that's going to be 2 extra key items.
But they are not.
Sword and Horn 3 hammer. Talk about bust.
That is the ultimate letdown right there. Oh, great, it's Canary. I've got 2 key items. Womp womp.
Fade at level 2.
Wow, that white-red combo just got a lot better.
That white-red combo has just become extremely powerful with that knowledge.
Sledge attempting this again, but the black mage does not survive. Good grief, Sledge is having no turn order luck with these pirates.
No, Sledge is not. And a cremate followed up by a lit 2 was just devastating to see. Neon's found their Castle Canaria and about to get their Harm 3 hammer and Sleep 2 blade.
Wow, that was 7 pirates that acted before either the white or the black mage got their turn. That is just brutal luck for Sledge.
But Split makes it through the pirates with no problem to reveal that Bicky has the loot.
Important later, not a real big deal at the current point in time. So that's a little rough for Sledge. He's beating his head against this wall so hard, and it's not going to be any immediate progression. Super Luigi looks like he's about 2/3 of the way through Ordeals, but takes a bad turn and right back to the beginning. That is a rough find right there. Oof. That
Jeffy,
hurts to get that far through.
Jeffy78, to answer your question, they requested that I roll this seed.
Yep, this is a Sonny Wrath special. All right, looks like Super Luigi has made his way back through the section of the maze that he had errored out in. Oh, and he's back to back and takes a wrong turn yet again. The lack of warp with this early Ordeals is going to really be rough on these runners. Because it looks like they're going to have to take this pillar maze, and it is not being friendly.
Sledge has made it through the pirates and gotten the loot for his team.
Right, the Argoyles not being friendly to Super Luigi. He does make it out, and we'll get the information on this trap tile at least. It is a mud goal tile that is unrunnable, and he does not have a nuke caster. Ouch.
That is just a little painful to see.
I do expect them to find progression in here, though. I would expect Ordeals to yield us a loose ship at this point, based on what we've seen from this seed.
That is a very good question. It would make sense that progression is inside of this Ordeals, but the problem is going to be, what are the enemies on the spike tiles that they encounter?
Yeah, that mud goal tile would be a danger this early, except with the nukes and the fades, it kind of mitigates the likelihood that that will be a gatekeeper of any danger to our runners at all here, because those nukes will clean those out in a hurry.
Indeed. It looks like Super Luigi is just down to 2 characters right now, so things might get a little tense for Super Luigi.
Yeah, he does have the information about all of the portal pillars, though, so this is going to be a much quicker run-through for Super Luigi than it will be for Split Punched on the opposing team at this point. Oh no, but the Mudgoal got the nuke caster before the nuke went off, and there's another wipe for Super Luigi in this brutal Ordeals.
Split paused for just a moment, deciding whether or not to run from this encounter, and it looks like Split is going to take this encounter for Medusa.
Doc
Medusa,
Shelton
Medusas.
talking about randomized pillar maze. The pillar maze is actually randomized. It's just in one particular order. Once you learn the randomization for each particular seed, you will then know how to make it through. But is randomized over the different seeds with this flag set. And it looks like Sledge has returned to begin being the second member of his party trying to dive through this Ordeals, because I think everybody has realized that their progression is most likely here.
Looks like Neon's running back to Kessel Canary as well. There's
And
the loose
there
ship.
it is. There is our highly likely early ship. We have seen it a significant number of times, and there's a katana behind it. So our thief users are going to be thrilled. They do have a katana in this seed.
And there's already a second ribbon.
Wow, last night
Feels
we only
this
had one ribbon for almost the entire seed, and this one has two in the first 10 minutes.
And there's the crown at the end of Ordeals as well.
Wow. So this Ordeals was just chock full of everything. Oh, that's an Invis shirt also. So not quite the good version, but it is still a defensive item for our runners.
Jet Seed is not quite a go yet because there's still a lot of stuff that's missing. We need to find where the four fiends are, as well as we still need the key. And who knows what other key items we might need.
Yeah, and most likely we're going to need the canoe and the floater, and that ship has just opened up the entire Earth continent, as well as access, if we find the chime, to places like Mirage Tower, or with the other dock openings, we could also be required to go in and get to Onrak early on. So there are multiple locations now open in a significant manner by that one find of the ship in Castle Ordeals. And there is Sledge waiting for the co-op server to upload his ship to him. There we go, and off he goes immediately, heading west towards Melmond. It looks like Super Luigi will most likely be the one to take the trip south to Elfland, the castle, and Marsh Cave.
It looks like Neon is grinding some mud goals real quick. Going to get a lot of EXP on their Red Mage if the Red Mage survives, but unfortunately, that last Mud Golem did not die and unfortunately caused a wipe.
That is rough luck. That nuke rolled fairly low and failed to take out that one Mud Golem. That is... Oh, wow, there's Fast at level 3. So we have our Fast, our Temper, our Nuke, and our Fade.
And level 5 White Magic had Cure 4 and Heal 3.
Oh, baby. About the only thing we're missing is Life 2, because we know Life is already level 1.
All we need to do is see level 4 Magic.
Here comes our level 3 White. And it is Cure 3 and Harm 2. So the level 3 White is a little disappointing compared to the rest of the magic shops we've checked today.
Alright, level 4 White Magic has Exit Fog 2 and Cure 2. Cure 2 can be useful depending upon the situation, but Exit and Fog 2 are both extremely useful.
And Exit is Red Mage learnable, so everybody's going to have Exit. And there is Warp. What in the world is left for level 6, 7, and 8? Like A-Rub and Bane?
A-Rub, Bane, Life 2.
Life was level 1. It was the 4th slot behind promotion.
Ah, Life 2 then.
Yeah, about the only thing we're missing is literally Life 2 and maybe Invis 2. That's it.
That's true, we have not seen Invis 2.
Ridiculous magic.
Ah, yes, absolutely. Real Nelly Rustin and Will Bloodworth both commenting about Lamp. We can't forget about Lamp, because it is a bright move.
Super Luigi is diving. Sledge has appeared to pause, probably making notes there on the magic that he will need to go back for in Elfland there. And Super Luigi is down. That looks like the Sharknado floor?
It is the Sharknado floor. It is C2F.
All right, those Frost Wolves are ambushing and doing a fair job of killing this party. There, Super Luigi goes down.
Now, we did see on Sledge's screen that the Elven Doctor is in Melmond.
All right, that means somebody will have to return to that location later, most likely, to turn in that herb so they can awaken the prince long distance tonight. Still haven't figured out how that works. The elf doctor gets the herb in Melmond and the prince wakes up in the castle.
Neon finds a great EXP farming room with Sky 2.
Ah, yes, we'll have to take a look and see where the eyes fall on this particular floor. They could become a great grind if they're right off the bat. And there is Split Punched with the Ruby.
And not too far behind Split is Super Luigi getting the ruby as well.
Holding
that's
hands
Sky.
through here.
That Sky 2 is the first floor of Northwest Castle.
Oh, and there's Gurmadusa fights in here. Another very XP-rich fight with very low HP values, even if they rolled high. So this could be good, but the Medusas have 5 hits and Poison Touch. Ooh. Well, I guess it's not Death Touch, right, Sonny?
At least it isn't Death Touch. Poison Touch is unfortunate, but Death Touch would be much worse from the Green Medusas. I may have experienced a few seeds with Green Medusas having Death Touch.
Yes, we definitely don't need to see that again. Our spring tournament had a seed of that was extremely detrimental to our runners' mental health, I believe, by the time that one got done.
Looks like Neon is going to go about checking the chests while Split has run into an eye. Getting some good EXP for the party, and that is the Sharknado tile.
Well, that's a very good find this early in the seed if they want to come back to do a grind. Sledge already checking the Crescent Lake Old Men, and apparently one of the old men had stripped off his shirt to do some yoga, and it was capable of casting X-Fer today. It's an odd thing for the old confused men to have.
Indeed. Next for shirt, little interesting.
All right. Wow. 68 damage from the fighter, and the eye died. I don't think there was even a spell cast there. So the eye rolled ridiculously low HP here. And Neon finds a loose bottle in Sky 2 on the left-hand side of the room, it appears.
Super Luigi has just run across these eyes, and I bet he is ecstatic about that.
Yeah, anytime you can find out the eye is less than 100 HP, that makes things very nice in the early game.
Looks like Sledge is back on the sea.
And Super Luigi looks like he's going to take multiple eye fights just like Split Punch did. So we are going to have an eye grind battle here. Oh, those green Medusas are really hurting Neon Gray. Neon trying to get out and does make it off of Sky 2 to pull a save there. But looks like they are going to go back and attempt to revive the rest of their party. Those green Medusas really laid the hurt on that party.
While Super Luigi is still just grinding away on these eyes. Split's grabbing level 4 black magic, and Neon has made their way back into Elfland.
Yep,
to revive
there.
The fighter and the red mage.
Yes. Sledge also has made it to Elfland for the very first time and is getting the level 3 and 4 magic for the first time. Very good move by Sledge here, using that southern dock that doesn't normally see a lot of usage to go straight into Elfland to be able to get back to the lower portion of the sea and potentially go to Onrak. Oh, doubles back and decides... Wonder what Sledge is going for in here. There was some... decided he wanted to buy a couple of the spells there and knew there was gold in that first chest. That's actually very good communication. Gold a lot of time doesn't get discussed because there's usually such an abundance of items to sell and gold available with these randomized flags. It's not usually necessary to go diving like that after the first few dungeons.
Yes, and Split Punched has found the canoe. So that is a huge find. Running around the southern part of the continent, going into Crescent Lake to more than likely get their X for shirt as well.
Yes, and to check the item shop here to see if we have a vendor item, we do not. Sledge making another veteran play there, going out the west side of Elfland to exit to enter back in for his instay. Saves about 45 to 50 steps there as opposed to walking back around. That's very smart usage of the town layout.
Indeed. It looks like Sledge is maybe heading to Onrak.
He's headed to Onrak, and where he's going to have to hope that Super Luigi finds that canoe so that he can clear Waterfall and potentially dip into the vanilla Ordeals here while he's in this section of the world. That will save a lot of time later, especially not having to walk from the airship point over to Ordeals.
Indeed, and it looks like Split is heading towards the volcano or Mount Golg or Gurgu, depending upon which version you want to play.
Yes, the Gurgu volcano. It's gurgling up a bunch of lava.
Was that entrance even randomized?
If the next floor is the armory, I'm going to have to check. No, okay, it's randomized. We're good.
Oh, hello,
at least
mermaids.
The mermaids. That's a phenomenal chest density location to look for all of the 8 loose items we have in this flag set.
Though it does look a little hot down in the mermaid village.
Yeah, it does look a little toasty, doesn't it? I think they've been confused. They actually dove down into a pit of lava instead of just water. That looks uncomfortable.
There was an Ice 2 sword and the Vorpal.
We have the Game Changer. We do not have promotion yet to use it, but we do have it. Now let's see, we are in the volcano. Does somebody sacrifice it to the gods of the volcano? We know some of the members of our community like to do that. Are any of these runners in that group?
It looks like Super Luigi is back to grinding more eyes. And Neon has headed back into Sky 2 at Northwest Castle.
It is
to
definitely
find Bahamut Cave.
Well, this is either going to be Un or a vanilla Bahamut, and it is
Un.
All right, so Bahamut is sitting next to the Elf Prince watching him snore. So we know where they all are.
Sahagin Wizards have Sleep, which isn't the greatest, but at least they go down fairly quickly.
Yes, couple of questions in chat here about the way the co-op functions. This co-op function was written by one of our devs, Meridian, and the way it works is that if either of the members of the team get an item, it is uploaded to the main server, and then it will disseminate back out to both members of the team. So if one member finds a key item like the TNT, the adamant, the loot, in just a few seconds, it will upload and bounce to the other member of the team, and you will both have access to all of the key items. It does not work for the gear-related key items that we have incentivized in this flag set, and it does not work for the herb turn into the Elf Doctor. But for everything else, both members will get it shortly after a member of the team finds it. So it's great to have.
And during that explanation, Super Luigi found the canoe. And Split has gone to Ice Cave. Just turn around and run back out. And our light axes are A-lit axes, so nothing great there.
No, that's not a phenomenal find. All right, Super Luigi has apparently finished what grinding they are going to do, and they are off to go through the canal and head out into the large sea.
While Sledge is diving Marsh Cave to find Dwarf Cave.
All right, now does he have anything? No, nothing there that's going to lead him into Dwarf, so they will have to come back there at least once, probably twice, depending on where our TNT and our Adamant fall. So that is an important location to have intimate knowledge of. Looks like Neon will get that information in just a couple of minutes, but they are clearing out the Agama floor first here for all the treasure in that volcano floor.
And Super Luigi has made his way into Ordeals, or not Ordeals, Northwest Castle, I'm sorry, to get the loose bottle.
All right, so we are back on approximately level terms here. Split is probably slightly ahead with the checks of Volcano and Ice Cave, but that's about all the lead they have at this point. And this looks like Sledge is out of Marsh and is headed for... you think he's going to do Ordeals, or will he go do Waterfall and On-Rack first?
It looks like it'll be Waterfall and On-Rack. Probably even checking the desert vendor.
I actually like this play because as you go back, if you find Floater in one of these locations, as you backtrack for the Ryokan Desert, it is a very short out-of-the-way leg to get to that Ordeals entrance, and you can route it in and save yourself a little bit of time. So I like this order if that is what Sledge is planning here. All right, Neon with the information about Dwarf Cave, and now looks like Neon is going to attempt to carry the items back out of here.
It looks like Split is also headed towards the on-rack area.
All right, Neon trying to find the rest of the information about the treasures in the upper left section.
Sledge makes a U-turn to go back to the caravan where the tail is for sale.
All right, our vendor item is in its vanilla location, but is not the vanilla item.
So we do have promotion on the table. We know where Bahamut is. We just don't know where Elfland Castle is.
All right, Neon successfully out of Marsh Cave, and Split Punched is headed right into Waterfall here. Let's see what it leads to. And that looks like that's the second floor on the Mermaid side, I believe. Nope, that's second floor Kraken side.
Correct. That is the floor without any treasures.
Yep, no treasures here. So gotta go north, get down that next staircase, and hope we find something that will lead us to that floater. That floater is definitely hiding in this seed. Nasty.
I have a feeling it'll be in Ordeals.
I actually expected it to be the vendor item the way the seed was going, but we know that's not the case, so we'll have to see where it ends up now. Oh my! The waterfall leads into a long seafloor into the marsh split. So this is going to be a brutal set of dives here for our runners.
Now the question is, will they have a double split? Because there are times that you will have the marsh split and the sea split back to back.
definitely a dangerous thing to see. And Sledge with a great run here is already down, and it's a Cardia treasure floor through the north side of the marsh split.
And there's the second katana.
Wow, this is going to be the seat of the crit weapons here. We've already seen a Vorpal and multiple katanas. So,
And there's the TNT.
There's the loose TNT. And Super Luigi is still in the Intercontinent. He was doing some shopping in Canaria, so turning around to go back to the Dwarf Cave will not take long for him. Oh, and Split Punch getting the ruthless dragon travel RNG there. That dragon blocked that chest for quite a while there.
Some of those dragons can be real jerks.
Yep. Not quite as bad as the bats, but they sure do try.
Yeah, the bats are the true jerk birds of this game.
Yes, Kyodishan in chat. Yes, there are 2 locations on the map in this game where there are 2 different exits or down travel stairs, and when the floors are randomized, you need to go both directions in them to find out what's at the bottom of those splits. And once in a while in the game, they will end up on the same entrance, so you actually have to go through one split location, and you will find a second split location hidden behind it. So it actually leads to 3 different locations for the endpoints of the travel, which makes for very difficult dives.
Sledge found that the floor past Volcano Armory was another Cardia treasury, and now he's checking Volcano Armory itself.
All right, and Super Luigi is going back with that TNT. Let's see what Narek has for us. Are we going to blow a floater out of the ground? Here it comes.
It's an opal bracelet.
It's just an opal bracelet. Apparently the TNT was needed to mine out the opal to make the bracelet. Oh, that's a letdown.
That is unfortunate, which means that it's very likely that the floater is going to be in the Ordeals location.
Yes, I believe, unless this armory gives something out, I believe we are definitely going to see, definitely likely to see that floater come out of the Ordeals vanilla location.
Oh.
That's going to hurt. Sledge makes what I would say is most likely the correct play routing-wise, but it may come back to hurt him time-wise, because if they had gone Ordeals first, that floater could already be in their hands. Rough thing to have happen to them, but hopefully they'll be able to make it work.
And Sledge getting muted definitely didn't help anything at all.
All right, Sledge has cleared out the main armory here, deciding to take the Arhydra fight and not run away from it. But one fade cleans it up, so not difficult.
Good for a little bit of EXP, couple of levels.
All right, Split Punched is about to finish the whole wrap around the outer section of Armory. And not a whole lot of joy there. Split now going to dig deeper and find that Cardia treasure room. This is going to be interesting. With the towns not shuffled, that means almost every fiend has rolled itself into either the Cardia Isles or possibly behind Mirage Tower. So there's going to be a run on the fiends here shortly.
Or even Sarda Cave or Titans West.
Yes. Yeah, the airship apparently is hiding all of the fiends.
Which means the only item that these runners really need to be in go mode is the magic key itself. Unless...
Well, my guess is you're going to find one between, underneath like the Q block or the rod block, and it's possible one has landed in Mirage Tower, which is going to then, of course, necessitate having the chime. So there is still a significant likelihood of needing some others, but up until this point, not so far. All right. Sledge, right on Split Punch's heels, finds out that the rest of Volcano Armory is nothing significant, and he is headed right back for the ship right on Split's tail. Now, let's see who is going to get into Ordeals and who is going to find out what we've got there.
Neon's checking Titan's Trove. And there's the adamant in Titan's Trove.
Oh my. We may have a floater made of adamant. That is
And a pro ring.
That is a very big set of finds. Ooh, now here is a big dilemma. Split gets into Ordeals and finds Earth 1. Do you check the treasures and dive deeper? Do you check the grind tiles? What are your best choices here? Decides to warp out just for the gold. That's an interesting play.
Though Split might also be warping out just to save the steps, so that way there's no extra running.
But if you were going to do that, it's actually probably faster rather than menuing through to that to just reset and take the next area.
We see a ruse helmet.
And an Aegis shield. So we have Ruse and Exit. Or Ruse and Aegis. Excuse me. Alright. Wow. That is Neon and Super Luigi step for step back to their ships. And I would guess on their way to the inn, save, and both headed for Dwarf Cave. My goodness. Nearly step for step through this routing. Sledge burning off an encounter or maybe looking for a specific encounter. I'm not sure what was going on there.
Probably looking for encounters for EXP right now. And Split finds the cube lock.
Oh, which means the adamant must be our floater. Or it's the cube, which will allow Split to dive deeper. One of the two here. And Super Luigi making a very smart play here. He actually sailed the south side of the continent with his ship to land at Elfland so he can head for the Ryukon Desert if that adamant leads to the floater. That is great locating on your ship to make sure you have the quickest access to the floater possible.
Making each trip efficient.
Oh, Neon headed down to the other dwarf turn-in.
And oh my gosh.
Goodness.
What have I rolled, ladies and gentlemen? We have the chime behind the adamant, which means Mirage Tower is now opened up.
Wow, so Sledge is currently in on-rack and does not have the information about Ordeals yet. So Sledge has to make a decision here. Does he go to Ordeals or does he wrap around the bottom side of that continent to get himself to Mirage Tower? Oh my goodness.
Question in chat from CI Filter. Maybe I missed something, but is there new magic equipment now? There's a randomizer flag that randomizes the item magic for each magical weapon or piece of armor. So in this seed, the Thor hammer was a harm 3 hammer. As well as the heel helm being a ruse helm.
Yeah, the heel helm became a ruse helm, I believe.
Yes.
All right, Sledge is back on the sea. He's left on rack. Which location is he going to take a crack at? Looks like he's going to try to take Ordeals first. Looks like he's wrapping north. Which we know is not going to be as helpful as he might hope it was. No, he's turned back south.
No, he's turned around. He is heading towards Mirage Tower.
It looks like we may have a great play on our hand here from Sledge. if this turns into what I think it will, which is the floater, this could be great for their team.
Though it
That
could
will help them
potentially be
catch
the
up a
cube as
bunch.
well.
Yes, and if it's the cube, that will also allow him to wrap back to Ordeals and get through that cube lock. So one way or the other, this is likely to lead to our floater.
And
because the majority of what we have left can't be accessed without the floater.
we have a crystal, and we're also in the non-incentivized marsh. We're still not done yet, though. There's
My
still more that
goodness.
can be found in here.
All right, so it looks like Super Luigi is going to go clear out Volcano and Ice Cave, which Split Punch got taken care of earlier with the faster canoe find. So that is going to help the team of Ordeals with it to keep a little bit of a lead. But if Sledge can find that floater, we may see a major catch-up mechanic here.
No! It is not there.
Ow. So the only thing there was the crystal. So we may need to get to Matoya to find our progression. Sledge, I think, checking notes, trying to figure out what in the world he needs to go do there.
Matoya has been found. It's just returning to her. And Sledge may have found Matoya as well, so it would just be Sledge checking through notes, being like, oh, that's where Matoya is.
Yep, that's what I believe the pause was at the bottom of the Mirage Tower Desert there, was checking for where he needed to go back to. I think he may try to route Ordeals in on his way back and then head back to Matoya.
Which would be a very good play. We do have the Vorpal in the Mermaids, as we saw earlier from Split Punched.
Yes, we have had all of the crit weapons. We've had 2 katanas. We've seen a Vorpal. We had multiple ribbons in less than 10 minutes into the seed. This has been phenomenal so far as the gear and the magic goes. But the progression has been hiding itself worse than a 6-year-old who doesn't want to go to school.
That's a good one, actually. But yes, this progression has been very, very difficult to find.
All right, Sledge into Ordeals, and here we go. He's going to find the bad news about the cube lock in short order. While Neon Gray has found that north section of marsh and should know about the crystal right now. There's the find.
Neon getting the crystal while Split is fighting some more eyes.
And the instant that crystal information came out, Split was instantly exited out, and I'll bet on his way to Matoya, on their way to Matoya's cave.
Super Luigi going into Ice Cave. And this is where Matoya was.
Yep. Right back into Ice Cave, right to Matoya, and there it is.
There it is. We have the floater after a very, very long sequence.
Yes, that is
with a lamp gauntlet.
That is a 43-minute floater. That is very rough. Hidden behind the chime and a reverse walk to find Matoya.
Sledge, Super Luigi, Neon, Split. If you guys watch this back, I'm sorry.
You said it was either going to be a jet seed or a brutal one. Well, the magic and the gear was a jet seed, but the progression was brutal. So I guess you succeeded in all sides there, Sonny.
I do believe that I did. Completely unintentionally.
Yes. Yes, a couple people checking into the flags. This, as we mentioned at the start, is the final match of the round of 16. So the treasures have not yet been randomized. So there will be 1 X-Cal, 1 Vorpal, 3 ribbons, all the normal stuff, just randomized throughout the chests. In the round 8 flags, all the treasures have been randomized at a moderate level of wealth, which can lead to significantly unusual gear sets like we saw last night with 3 X-Cals, 2 ribbons, and no Vorpal.
We are at 44 minutes with no Fiend, but Supersledge has their airship at 43 minutes and 54 seconds, allowing them to venture into the air. Sledge going from Ordeals to the Ryukon Desert, and Super Luigi is going to head... I'm going to assume Lefane, maybe Provoca.
Maybe going back to Provoca to pick a couple of things up. I'm not sure what he's looking for here, but he may have decided to grab some more magic now that he's got some money on the red mages that he has. Yep, he hadn't picked up Fade. He was making use of that nuke spell, so now he picks up Fade to give himself a second level of magic worth of options there. Between level 1 Fade and level 2 nuke, that's going to be 36 charges of high damage non-elemental magic for those 2 red mages by the end of the seed, most likely. So that will be some great access they have there.
So we have Split diving into Sardis Cave, which led to one of the volcano floors, specifically Volcano 3, and then finding floating Fortress 3. And Neon finds the Mystic Key on a tiny ferry.
And Super Luigi about 20 seconds behind on their way to find that exact same key, while Sledge and Split Punch are both clearing Sky 3. 14 treasure chests in that one level of Sky, so a very dense location to be looking for gear and loose items.
So as of right now, they theoretically are in go mode, but the only thing we don't know is if a cube's going to be necessary or even the rod will be necessary to access fiends.
Yeah, with the lack of fiends we've found so far, I find it very likely that at least one of the two, and probably both, will be required by the end of this seed. But Super Luigi, wow, they've found Lich. Neon 15 steps behind, maybe. Well, we disrespect Lich 2. I'm expecting with this spell and gear list that we're also going to disrespect Lich 1. There's a nuke, 350. The Quake Staff! No, ineffective. Oh, I was hoping to see the Quake Staff do its job right there.
There's another turn for it to do so.
All right, come on. In with the dang strats, come on! Oh no, the nuke, 374 and terminated. We don't get to make Lich fall into a crack. So depressing.
Unfortunately.
Yep, just no luck for us today.
Split has found Elflin Castle.
And we have our promotion.
And Sledge is not far behind on that promotion.
About a floor and a half.
Super Luigi finding the Sky Maze.
And Neon Gray is headed directly for promotion. Noped out of where they were and headed immediately for the Earth continent. But looks like
Neon also lit the Earth Orb for deals with it. So
Neon got a little turned around there, though. Lost track of where they were and ended up near Provoca. Had to wrap back around the world to find their way to that promotion.
Both Supersledge and Neon did get through Lich, so both teams do have one orb lit right now.
Did take 45 minutes for us to light our first orb, but we do have an orb, and Super Luigi has found the Sky 4 floor with the randomized teleporter. So Super Luigi is now running through Sky 4, trying to map out the 4x4 tone room and find out where that other teleporter is. And there it is. What's behind it? The middle floor of Marsh Cave.
Sledge finding a lot of money.
But they will not have to worry about that. No, Super, what are you doing? We know that's nothing because it's linked to Marsh Top, which was in Mirage Tower. That's one very difficult thing to keep track of, folks. Some of these floors have shared chests with other locations, and if you miss tracking what you've gotten and what floors you've accessed, you can confuse yourself on which shared chest you need to continue to open. It happens on Carrie's floor in Volcano. It happens on that Marsh floor right there.
So Super Luigi has found Mirage 1, which had a whole bunch of nothing in it.
Yep, I believe we would refer to that as a Bupkis floor. Has absolutely nothing, but it leads to Kraken. We have found the tentacled beast.
Who likes to give all the hugs.
The karate master with the 8 hands to throw at you.
At least it's not 8 swords.
Well, Carrie's holding 6 ice cream cones in the promotional information for the next tournament we have upcoming starting the 15th of July, so I'd be concerned about Kraken maybe wielding swords at some point.
That's true, though. In the meantime, Neon has found the carry floor.
And
Super
Sledge,
Luigi is going to take on Kraken.
Sledge is back to dwarves, is doing turn-ins for the gear again, maybe not recalling that they'd already done that one, and it looks like he's going to check locked dwarves for potential loose items and gear. Here we go, the dwarf check. About 10,000 gold. Nothing worthwhile so far. We've only got a couple of chests left. And, well, that was depressing. Just about 25,000 gold and not much else from the dwarf cave. Apparently they weren't locking up their valuables today.
Super Luigi has a first turn knockout for his top fighter against Kraken. 500 plus damage. Oh, and Kraken has fast!
Oh no!
Oh no!
You thought the 500 damage was impressive. Kraken just said, hold my beer and watch this. Here it
get ready
comes.
to see thousands from Kraken if Kraken does not die. But Kraken
but
dies!
The nuke gets it done. The nuke got it done before he could get his next swing off. That Kraken would have been somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 hits that next attack.
And
Super
probably
Luigi
right
must be
around
thanking
1,000
his
damage.
lucky stars. Because as we know from game 2 between these two, Kraken 2 was the downfall of Super Luigi in 2 different dives of Topher. So Kraken is definitely a mental block for Super Luigi after Tuesday night's race.
It looks like Neon is about to venture into the area where Kraken was hiding.
This race is very close. We have the earth and fire orbs lit for Ordeals with it, and the earth and water orbs lit for the Supersledge side. So it's going to come down to probably who can find the Bridge of Destiny and who can deal with that ever-present required war mech.
That required war mech is going to be a bit of a pain.
Yes, with the clamped HP and his potential to roll nukes, nuclears, cure 4s, etc., he could definitely be a very large pain for these runners.
the enemy HP is not clamped. It's going to be anywhere from 40 to 250%. But even still, that means that Warmech can have a lot of HP.
I believe Warmech counts as a boss.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think he counts as a boss because he's linked to the Temple of Fiends Revisited Fiend fights for all of their AIs and their spell lists.
Okay,
so
I could not remember.
He is guaranteed to have at least 1,000 HP in these flag sets, and he could potentially have as much as 2,000.
Thank you all, because I can never remember if Warmech counts as a boss or not. But we've got Sledge back in Ordeals. As well as Super Luigi back in Ordeals.
Is it possible they've decided they want the Mud Goal fight to be their grind tile since it's so readily available right here?
Seems to be that way.
That's an interesting choice with the knowledge of the eye tile that they had.
Oh, they did wipe Getting Ribbon. That's true.
Oh, I thought Super managed to make it out after that, but I could be in error there.
Yeah, because they never got the Invis shirt nor that katana. And that katana is going to prove to be extremely useful. Neon is at the Kraken floor.
All right, we have Ordeals with it, attempting to take a 1-orb lead here. Neon is headed directly for Kraken. We'll have to see if those nukes and fades are good enough to help them avoid that ever-present and nasty hugging Kraken.
And Split finds the herb in the room of equivalence. Of inequivalence. There we go.
Oh, and we have a rub staff. So we have an instant kill spell on one of our staves.
There was a Sun Sword and the Rub Staff kill Fiend.
All right, looks like Split punched below the floor of equivalency has found Earth 4, which will lead to 8 more chests to check and another floor below it. Looks like Super Luigi has reverted himself back over to pick up level 1 life and wall for those knights. Very good things to have for later on.
Sledge is at the Cardia Grassland, which had Carry.
All right, so we have the third orb being lit by Neon Gray. If they can revive the fight. Oh, and they do survive the fight. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Another very close fight with Kraken 1. That was looking dicey there.
It was looking very dicey.
But that lead does not look like it's going to last long. We have Sledge already at carry and taking the fight.
Throwing out nukes and all sorts of stuff.
Yes, the nukes, the fades, this carry is not going to last long, especially using skills like Ink. Goodness. All right.
Split has found the 4th floor of the Sea Shrine just to be led into the Waterfall Cave.
All right. Well, if Tia is hiding somewhere like behind the cube block, this waterfall could be very important. Because we know we have a key item here, or an incentivized item that will come from the robot.
If that bot does have the cube and that cube leads to Tia, then this is going to be an amazing play.
Yes, and there's Super Luigi following directly in Split Punch tracks has just picked up that herb and the rub staff just about 2.5 floors behind. We've pulled our trap tile, and it is a Sphinx, which is not very dangerous. We have taken it out, and we are into the treasure room.
Sledge is returning to go
my,
turn
there
in
it
the
is, the
herb.
Mazmune on the robot.
So we have Mazbot.
We have a Masabot.
And there's the other Ruse Helm.
All right, we now have 2 Ruse helmets, both found. Split has them ready to go. That will lead to a significant amount of safety for his fighter and probably one of the red mages, I would assume, for the Climb Up Temple of Fiends Revisited. All right, Sledge has backtracked to Melmund and turned in the herb. So we will have a Prince check coming momentarily.
And Super Luigi finds X-Cal.
All right.
We have every in-game sword found and at people's disposals.
All right, the herb turn in led to the cube, and Neon is preparing to clear out the cube block. The trap tile is just a couple of zombies. No danger to Neon Gray with the amount of levels they have here. Oh no, do we have the first floor to Bahamut leading to the Bridge of Destiny once again? This has been a very prevalent set. No, it leads to Earth 2. We'll have to see what's below that. My goodness.
And the turn-in for the herb was the Oxyale, so it is possible that they may have to dive underwater to end up in the sky.
Oh, and that's where
Think
Sledge is
about that
going.
one.
We have divergence. Neon took the cube and went, and Sledge turned the Oxyale and is headed for the Sea Shrine. Which one will lead to Tiamat? That's going to possibly decide this game. If Sledge finds Tia... Oh, and the cube block leads to a Cardia trash. A dead Cardia behind the cube. That is painful. Oh. It
They're
looks like
still
the
not
Oxyale
quite
may
out of
be the
this.
answer.
They're still not quite out of this because we haven't seen the vampire floor of Earth 3. So if the rod is required in order to get to Tiamat as well, they're still in the game. And there is the C-split at its vanilla location.
Oh my. So which side is going to hold Tiamat? It's gotta be here,
is
doesn't
the
it?
question.
It's almost gotta be here.
Yes, it does. It most certainly is here, but which side?
Oh, and there's some very bad news for the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Lobsters have cremate. So that water floor just became more dangerous, as if it wasn't bad enough. Oh my goodness.
The Hangry Canuck, our tracker, answering a question about the cube, with it being behind the key-locked marsh. Shoutouts to the Hangry Canuck for doing our tracking this evening. Definitely a tough job to do.
Okay, and Sledge has found the rod block floor and is proceeding to clear it, looking for potentially the rod to open that earth floor up. I don't know as I like this play. The chances of the rod being in here are so slim, and you've got the other side of Sea Shrine, and all you need is Tia. This is going to be rough.
This is going to be quite painful because now they just need to find the rod. Though it is possible that Tia could be on the other side of the split.
It is possible. Could definitely be here. And I guess if you found the rod here, you could make so much time up by getting down to him quicker. But I would check the other side of the split, thinking that possibly one of the incentive locations is going to be there and give you the rod necessary to get to Tia. This one's just such a tough choice here. You're down to just a few locations where anything can possibly be. You're that one fiend short, and you've got to get it right.
That
'Cause
is true.
You
They
know
are still
some of the
missing
times
slab.
put up in these seeds. It's just rough.
Yeah, and they are still missing the slab, so it is possible that the Lefanian NPC could be blocking
Yes,
the
we
rod
could
itself.
Yes, and there's Split punched with the information about the rod block, and Split turns around and immediately heads for Kraken's side staircase to check what's down there. Oh, and Sledge finds the metal slimes. One of the best tiles you can find has been found. And it is the vanilla earth trap tile.
A beautiful, beautiful trap tile. And there is Northwest Castle.
To make use of that crown we found in the first 5 minutes of the seed. Here we go. Is this going to be a crown to slab to rod to Tia fetch quest chain?
No, there's the rod.
Wow. The kindly old king attempts to attack, fails miserably, and eats a mass mune to the face. Split now has his information and is immediately headed for the other side. Alright, now, Neon appears to be headed back to Onrak, potentially to follow Split Punched into the Sea Shrine location and through that Sea Split. We may be seeing dual war mechs taken by the Ordeals with it team in an attempt to gain some easy levels.
Which I think that's a great idea too, because if one of them wipes and the other makes it through, then they don't have to worry about anything.
Absolutely, but Split just went right past the Earth trap tile, so Split will not have the information about those metal slimes. So if there's a grind required, one of the good grind spots will not be known to the team of Ordeals with it.
All right. The rod block is going to reveal another volcano floor.
Oh, it's just trying to troll us big time, isn't it? Wow, into multiple sea floors. What in... Tia was buried deep here, it looks like.
Into Sky 1.
Which I would guess probably holds our slab. Most likely loose here, but they are in go mode. They have the knowledge of the loot, the key, and they believe this is going to be their orb location, so I'm sure they are not checking chests anymore. And with the gear we found early and the spells we found early, I have to admit I probably wouldn't be checking any chests either. We are good to go.
I absolutely have to agree with that. And Split has found the Bridge of Destiny.
All right, time for the War Mech, folks. Get the hype in chat. That mech is about to show its face.
I'm hoping we get to see the Hasta la vista, baby quote.
Ah, yes. Got to see which quote we get from the War Mechs here. Neon right behind, following their partner onto the Bridge of Destiny here. And Sledge, less than a floor behind, is also on the Bridge of Destiny now. Everybody on the Bridge of Destiny except for Super Luigi, who is clearing out other locations for their team and preparing themselves. But with the level Super Luigi has, he may not need the War Mech fight, frankly.
Sledge was slightly indecisive there, but deciding to turn around to go back after the War Mech, and Split Punch has engaged War Mech. War Mech starts off with a nice 3. He gets fast. Split gets fast and temper onto the knight, as well as Ruse, throwing out a fade with the white mage. And now going to temper up the knight even more and then throw out a heal 3 Warmack punches for 204 damage. 5 hits from the Mazda for 426. 2 more tempers going out. Heal 3 to restore everybody's HP. I missed the line too, Will Bloodworth.
It was the classic Bender quote to bite Warmack's shiny metal rear end.
We've got more tempers going out on Split Punch side, as well as another Ruse helmet use, and Warmack decides to go, I'm just going to throw some lightning at you.
All right. Looks like we have changed tactics on Split Punch sides. That's enough of the tempers. We're going fades and nukes.
As well as the Quake Staff, Fire 3 comes out, drops the higher red mage. 529 damage from, I didn't see how many hits, I believe 4, and Warmack goes down.
That is level 27 for Split Punched. So we are past level 24 for the extra hit on the Mosmune, and we have pretty decent HP all across that party, especially with reds and white mages instead of black mages. So this looks like it's going to be a beefy crew to be able to take on that Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Sledge makes it through Warmack just by casting magic.
Oh wow, that white and that black mage are going to gain a ton of levels right there. They are also up to level 27. And Life 2 fell at level 8. So only white mages are going to have access, and very few spell charges to make use of that. We have a cope check! Super Luigi has done the cope check. No hooray dwarf, but we have a cope.
Good old cope. And now, Sledge going into Tiamat.
Split Punched has finished Tiamat and is 4 steps from lighting the 4th orb. And we have a 4th orb lit. Team Ordeals with it is in go mode at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 24 seconds.
And now we get to see what beauty or terror Topher holds for these runners.
We know from the last race that these two did that Kraken 2 and Tia 2 can definitely be some nasty gatekeepers. So here we go. What are they gonna find? Split Punched has entered the Temple of Fiends, about to check that black orb and get himself teleported 2,000 years into the past.
And Topher has been entered at 1 hour, 11 minutes, 16 seconds. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Sledge swinging at Tiamat, tempering up the ninja with the katana, 4 hits for 111. The fighter preparing to swing.
Continuing to throw down Cure 3s onto the ninja.
And a nuke is coming out with that last level 1 charge from the black mage. Ooh, 5 hits for 254 onto the ninja. That's going to leave a mark.
Indeed.
I think we're going to need a Cure 4 here if he has it. 5 hits, 412.
57 damage. Oh, come on.
And there goes the critical hitter. So now we're down to a fighter and a white mage that's very thin on magic, and a black mage that's very thin on magic. Oh, this could be bad for Sledge. I don't think he's going to be able to pull this off.
Unless he's able to score crits.
He's down to, I believe that's the Sun Sword on the fighter, and that is all he has to swing because Sledge has not been to Waterfall to pick up the Mosmune.
The white mage has gone down.
We're trying to chip damage the end of Tiamat here, but the black mage is down, and we're down to our fighter. Time to man mode it.
2 hits for 71.
He is not being friendly.
2 hits for 53. Tiamat is down.
Wow, Sledge pulled it off with 130 HP remaining. Wow. What a play. What a good set of chip damages to get through that fight and get the 4th orb lit. That is Super Sledging Go Mode at 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 15 seconds.
Oh, that was a clincher.
Oh, nothing like taking the risks. And there are 2 fighters level 27 and 28 with a level 28 red mage on Super Luigi's side. So that is slightly better levels than even Split Punched had after the Warmech fight. This is going to be close.
Alrighty. We have a very, very, very close race inbound right now. We have Split on the earth floor. We have both Super Luigi and Sledge getting ready to head back to the Chaos Shrine to enter the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
That is a double quake on mud goals for Split Punched, and Split Punched has crossed the boundary into the 30s for his levels. This is looking very good for Split Punched. Great levels on his party and headed into the Lich fight, ready to disrespect the second version of Lich we've seen tonight.
Going for the Quake Staff.
Lich opens with Thunder.
And Lich falls into a crack. Fairly well, Lich.
We do have our restreamer here tonight, Dengwu, so the Dengwu Memorial Quake Lich round. Oh, always great to see that poor old desiccated body fall into the ground and not bother you anymore. All right, let's see. There is Super Luigi headed back, saving up, and in Super Luigi goes at 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 40 seconds. So we are about 3 minutes and 30 seconds behind.
Split pulls carry 2, deciding to buff up a little bit with Fog, Fast Temper, all the good stuff.
All right, we have the Ordeals with it team entering Temple of Fiends Revisited at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 16 seconds, and Supersledge coming up right behind them, entering at 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 40 seconds. Super Luigi had about a level lead over Split Punch's party when they finished the Warmech and Tiamat section, but Split Punched has made that up with a couple of great fights on the earth floor and is on their way to Kraken.
And Gregory Puff asking for a recap. Let me just put it this way, Gregory. I roll some pretty evil seeds. We didn't see Airship until about 50 minutes.
Yeah. This seed boils down to basically 2 statements. All the magic and gear was early. All of the progression took about 45 minutes.
And then all the fiends were basically grouped together.
All right. So Kraken has already hugged down 1 red mage. And Super Luigi is onto the earth floor. So we've got about a 2.5 floor gap here. But with a red mage already down, this is going to get dicey for Split Punched.
And Super Luigi has pulled the Kraken.
Oh, Split Punched finds out that Kraken has a nuclear. That hurt.
11 hits for 760. The White Wizard goes down. Oh, no.
And Split is burning through temper charges. There's only 4 level 1 magic charges left on that red wizard, but Kraken does fall. Couple life charges come out, and Split decides to burn some of the Cure 4 charges. Does not want to take the time to use potions to heal all that HP. Goes straight to the Cure 4 and puts them back up right to full.
And now Split goes into Tia 2.
Very smart move by Split Punch right there. Just about cast Temper with the second Red Wizard, who had burned most of his charges during the Kraken fight. Backed up and reversed course so that he saved that extra Temper charge on that second Red Mage. Very good move by Split. Supersledge healing himself back to full and about to hit the water floor here. Oh my goodness. Tiamat just laid the smackdown. 786 damage over 6 hits to that Red Wizard.
And 5 more hits to the Knight.
That Knight is going to need a Cure 4. If this Tiamat gets a second hit off on that Knight is going to fall.
I'm proud of this
Holy
Tiamat.
guacamole, is that Tiamat beefy.
I'm proud of this Tiamat.
Oh, but there's
She
9
goes
hits
down.
for 1,000 damage. Holy cow, what a hit from the Knight. Whew. All right, so that is the 4th Fiend Revisited down on Split Punch side. We are now making our way for the floor of the Ultimate Fiend Chaos. Super Luigi, a floor and a half behind, most of the way through the water floor and on his way to Kraken 2.
Yes, CI Filter. Tiamat is a she. She's the queen of the dragons.
All right. 2 talks to Chaos. He backs up the 3rd talk and he attacks. In we go to the Chaos fight at 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 20 seconds. 2 hits for 293. That's a pretty good first smack from Chaos, but the Red Mage does survive it.
Starting off with Fog 2, Fast Temper, and Ruse. Going with the regular buffs. Continuing on with more Fog 2 charges. And that Knight is ready to attack. Chaos throwing out Quad X, doing nothing. 6 hits for 619 damage off of the first attack.
This may definitely be a short Chaos. That was an insane hit for that early round.
Though Chaos follows up with Ice 2, and another Temper goes out. Second attack, 8 hits for 1,188 damage. Looking extremely good right now.
That is already his vanilla HP stripped off in 2 attacks, so this should be over very quickly.
The second Red Wizard is down. Knight swings, 8 hits, 1178. Chaos goes down, and Ordeals with it. Wins the third match.
Ordeals with it, takes the series 2-1, and will move on to take on the team of Minochi 85 and Thunderclawed, the Thunderous recap.
Get your GGs out for Neon Gray and Split Punch. Team Ordeals with it.
All right, Super Luigi has made his way through and is healing back up after a brutal fight with Kraken 2, I believe, and we will get ourselves onto the finish of the match for Super Luigi while we see if we have any interviews to do with our victors this evening. All right, Super Luigi is onto the air floor and preparing to take on Tiamat 2. We know she hits like a truck, so we'll have to see how Super Luigi deals with this nasty fight. Looks like Dang hits 9 hits for 199 damage, so that's a very good first round. But Tia swings for over 400. Whew, we knew she had a lot of attack power, but that's ridiculous.
And we are joined by Neon Gray. GG, Neon.
Whew. Thank you. That was a game.
Yeah, I said it earlier in the broadcast, and I'll say it again. I'm sorry for rolling an evil seed. Progression was nasty.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sure you could see that till that one moment where we were like, where do we go? Before we remembered that the dock on Mirage is not extended open only. It's open.
Yep,
We were just like,
play into Mirage was the deal. What did you think when you saw level 1 and 2 magic? It was like, all right, here we go. We have no problems whatsoever.
Actually, just off the level 1, I was like, I took the default party the seed gave me because I'd actually been feeling a crunch on not having life magic previously, and I was like, level 1 nuke, I should have taken a pair of reds. But then I'm like seeing all the rest, and I'm like, no, the white was a good choice.
So we have Super Luigi going into Chaos right now, and we shall see how Chaos treats Super Luigi. He's going to go ahead and wall the second knight with 1 charge of fast left, going to use fast on the first knight, as well as fast both knights, actually.
Yep, that double red mage setup working very nicely with those early spell levels there. The ruse helmets are going out, and he's walling up the other red mage for safety's sake, while he tempers up the big knight in the top slot.
Throwing out more walls. Another ruse helmet casts 2 tempers onto the knight wielding either Xcal or Vorpal. I don't remember if Super Luigi got Vorpal. I believe it's Xcal, though.
We'll be able to see the first time he attacks. That sprite is very obvious when he swings. There is the Vorpal on the second knight.
So the top knight has the Xcal equipped. No, he's got Mazza.
That is the Mazza, and that's 7 hits for 798 damage. So this Chaos, definitely based on both of the fights we've seen of it, has almost no absorb. They are tearing this Chaos apart.
Fade charge goes out. Mazza swing, 8 hits for 827. Nuke charge goes out. 202 damage. Chaos is down.
And that is Supersledge, finishing up in a race bot time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 53 seconds. GG's in chat for Supersledge. They put on a heck of a show.
Very nice. GG.
So, Neon, you now have this round taken 2 games to 1, and your next fight is Minochi 85 and Thunderclawed. Any thoughts on that upcoming fight?
We're I'm really glad that I think we finally hit our stride on this one, because we're really gonna need it for that round, because that's they're really strong, and they know what they're doing. They do it very well. They've been doing it for a long time. So yeah, it's they're gonna be tough.
We look forward to seeing the races from you guys in the following week here. Sledge, Super Luigi, GG's. That was a good run. You kept up, did real well, and just ran out of steam in that Topher.
GG to you guys too, Neon
GG.
and Lit.
Yeah, GG.
How about that Tiamat with that coil sword?
Ooh.
Okay, so first off, before I say anything on that, I'm sorry about progression. I'm not sorry about spells. The spells were nice to you guys, but progression was absolutely horrible. Though your Tiamat fight, I ran out of breath because I was holding my breath the whole time you had the solo knight up.
And I'm like, hurry it up, Super Luigi. Get up here. I doubt I'm going to make it. I just have a fighter with the coral sword fighting.
Oh.
Yeah,
it was
that
crazy.
Tia taking out all the mages really made that a rough fight for that poor fighter, but all the chip damage from the black mage's fire threes let the fighter get it done with basically the very last hit you were going to get.
Yeah.
Wow.
He says, like, you can fight Tiamat if you want. I'm like, you already did this. I'm just going to kill Warmech and leave. So,
Yep. You guys entered Temple of Fiends about 3 minutes and 30 seconds behind and ended the seed about that same exact 3 minutes and 30 seconds behind. So you didn't lose much time entering after you entered. It was just a matter of you lost just that little bit of time over the course of the entire hour and 20-minute seed.
yeah.
And I know
think
where we
that
lost it.
I was thinking is wipes and ordeals in my eye grind early on that did that.
You actually made up the time from the wipes and ordeals as well as your eye grind after you found the loader. If I do recall correctly, you guys were in the air before Neon and Split.
That's
If
what I
by-
called.
If by a split second.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yep. You guys hit airship within about 30 seconds of one another.
It's like we got airship. It's like they've already been in the air for 5 minutes. Come on, let's hurry up. So.
No, I was doubting you guys were up in the air just because the order of the items.
Yeah, we literally spent, like, 2 or 3 minutes just kind of aimlessly circling around going, did we miss something? What? Wait, is there a dock on Mirage on open progression?
There
Yes,
is.
there is.
There is.
There is.
But it was Ordeals, the whole. Was it Ordeals or was it Mirage for floater progression?
The floater was actually, well, technically behind Mirage, because Mirage led in, gave you the crystal, which led to the floater in Matoya's, which was Ice
Yeah.
Cave.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you got a crystal. I found Ice Cave. I handed it in, and
Yeah.
then I boogied there because that's where I docked. I docked my ship right next to the desert because I figured that we were going to begin floater before I had to come back to the ship. So
Yep. If Tiamat had rolled maybe just a little worse on the Topher Tiamat, you guys may have been in luck there, because between Kraken 2 and Tia 2, they were putting a hurting on people tonight, just like they did for you guys Tuesday night. So I don't know what you guys did to anger Kraken 2 and Tia 2, but you might want to stop.
Yeah, Tia 2 and Kraken 2 last evil.
yeah, I didn't actually have an issue with either of them. Well, other than the zap from Kraken 2 taking out 2 of the light warriors, but I had one red mage and then the knight with the Mazza, and then I just went to town on him. So then brought them up with life because I could actually learn life for once. It's a rare event that I can, but it happens. So
Yep. You guys did put on a great show over all 3 matches. Neon, you are moving forward to meet that nasty team that is Thunderous Recap. We will look forward to seeing those matches over the next week. Sledge, Super Luigi, any final thoughts as you exit our co-op tournament for this summer?
Hey, it was fun. Plus, hey, we're 2 ducklings actually putting on a fight with you guys. And it was amazing. I'm happy we gave you guys a challenge.
Yeah, you guys did great.
yeah.
And so basically, if we're able to do it, any new player can actually just play the game and actually get pretty.
Mm-hmm. I'd also like to say good luck. You're going to need it.
Yeah, I think we will.
And have fun.
All right.
Good luck
Thanks to
for
Sledge
it.
and Super Luigi for putting on a phenomenal show. Let's get some love for them in the chat. Give them a follow on Twitch if you guys are looking for some good new players of our randomizer. Neon, any final thoughts for you as you move on to the round of 8 this evening?
No, I think we pretty well covered it. This is gonna be a thing.
All right. Good luck to you and to your partner Split Punch taking on Minochi 85 and Thunderclawed in the round of 8 over the following week. Sonny, any thoughts from you tonight as we finish up our broadcast this evening?
This has only just started, so things are going to get much more interesting as we go into the Elite Eight, as well as the Final Four. and the finals with the last two teams. So definitely keep your eyes out on this for this tournament, because as we progress into the later rounds, these flags are going to change and things may be easier, but they also might be more difficult.
All right. Thank you to my broadcast partner, Sonny Rath. Thank you to our tracker, the Hangry Canuck, and our restreamer tonight, Dengwu. I am Hyra Fellows. We have matches going on all the rest of this weekend to tomorrow night. We already have one scheduled for Saturday evening and one scheduled for Sunday evening. So keep your eyes out on the Randomania family of networks for more great Final Fantasy Randomizer co-op action, and I will catch you on the flip side.